The dictionary and the books on word building that can be acquired from booksellers will help you greatly. I know a boy who was ambitious to learn. He didn't have the opportunity of an early school education because he had to work 10 hours a day. He was determined to learn, so he took to work with him every day a simplified grammar. He would read and memorize passages and the rules of grammar while at work. After 1 year, he was almost an expert in the grammar of his language. He knew the different parts of speech. He could paraphrase, analyze, and construct sentences. He also took with him a pocket dictionary and he would write out 25 new words with their meaning every day and study these words and their meanings. After 1 year, he had a speaking vocabulary of more than 3,000 words. He continued this for several years, and when he became a man, he had a vocabulary of over 15,000 words. He became an author because he could write in his language because he had command of the words. What he wrote with was his experiences, and he recorded his experiences in the best words of his language. At the same time, he was not able to write properly. And so he took with him to work what is called a copying book, and he practiced the copying of letters until he was able to write a very good hand. He naturally became acquainted with literature, so he continued to read extensively. When he died, he was one of the greatest scholars the world ever knew. Apply the story to yourself. There's nothing in the world that you want that you cannot have as long as it is possible in nature, and men have achieved it before. The greatest men and women in the world would burn the midnight lamp. That is to say, when their neighbors and household are in bed, they are reading, studying, and thinking. When they rise in the morning, they are always ahead of their neighbors and their household in the thing that they were studying, reading, and thinking of. A daily repetition of that will carry them daily ahead and above their neighbors and household. Practice this rule. It is wise to study a couple of subjects at a time. As for instance, a little geography, a little psychology, a little ethics, a little theology, a little philosophy, a little mathematics, a little science on which sound academic education is built. By doing this week after week, month after month, year after year, you will be so learned in the liberal arts as to be ready and fit for your place in the affairs of the world. If you know what others do not know, they will want to hear you. You will then become invaluable in your community and to your country because men and women will want to hear you and see you everywhere. As stated before, books are one's best companions. Try to get them and keep them. A method of doing so is every time you have 10 cents or 25 cents or $1 to spend foolishly, either on your friends or yourself, think how much more useful if that 10 or 25 cents or $1 will be invested in a book and so invest. It may be just the thing you have been looking for to give you a thought by which you may win the heart of the world. The 10 cents, 25 cents, or $1 therefore may turn out to be an investment of worth to the extent of $1,000,000. Never lend anybody the book that you want. You will never get it back. Never allow anybody to go to your bookshelf in your absence because the very book that you may want most may be taken from the shelf, and you may never be able to get that one book back again. Here, the same relatives I got. If you have a library of your own, lock it when you are not at home. Spend most of your time, your spare time in the library. If you have a radio, keep it in your own library and use it exhaustively to listen to lectures, recitals, speeches, and good music. You can learn a lot from the radio. You can be inspired a lot by good music. Good music carries the sentiment of harmony, and you may think many a good thought out of listening to good music. Read a chapter of the Bible every day, Old and New Testaments. The greatest wisdom of the age is to be found in the scriptures. You can always quote from the scriptures